Here are two photos of the same woman, in the same trousers with the same hips and thighs. In the first, a long tunic ends right at the fullest part of her hip, while everything above stays plain and quiet. In the second, the only changes are above and at the edges. The hem sits a little differently, the shoulder has a touch more presence, and the whole outfit suddenly looks pulled together and intentional. Her body is identical in both. Only the clothes moved. That's the surprise about dressing fuller hips and thighs after 60. It's far less about covering them, and far more about how the whole outfit is put together. So today, I'll show you 6 fit decisions, and the last one is a 30-second mirror check you can run on anything already in your closet. Not one of these asks you to hide your shape or make any part of you look smaller. They simply help your clothes fit, move, and work together more intentionally. And stay until that final check, because it's the one that tells you, in half a minute, exactly which of these an outfit actually needs. Tip 1. Give your upper half some presence. The first decision happens above your waist, not below it. Here's what most of us do. We put all our attention into the bottom half, what to wear, how to cover, and leave the top plain. The trouble is that when the upper half is very quiet and the lower half carries most of the color, detail, and volume, the whole outfit can feel bottom-heavy and a little unfinished. The fix is simply to let your upper half join the outfit, with one deliberate detail, not a costume. Picture the same woman in the same wide-leg trousers, first in a plain, soft round-neck tee, then in a top with a little something up top, an open collar, a soft cowl, a textured knit, or just a scarf at the neck. The second outfit reads as composed and intentional. Nothing below the waist changed at all. So today, choose one focal detail near your face or shoulders, a neckline with interest, an interesting color, a scarf, earrings, a sleeve detail, a little structure at the shoulder if you like it. Just one is enough. A boat neck or a defined shoulder is lovely on some women, and too wide or too structured for others. So treat each as an option, not a rule, and pick what feels like you. There's real ease in this. You're adding one thing you enjoy, not subtracting or hiding anything. But presence up top only does its work if the lower half is moving with you. And that's where a lot of trousers and skirts quietly go wrong. Tip 2. Let your lower half move with you. The second decision is how the fabric meets your hips and thighs. There are 2 things to watch for. One is fabric that pulls, straining across the thigh, riding up, the side seams dragging forward. The other is so much volume that the garment hides your line and movement entirely. Now, to be clear, a fitted shape isn't the problem, and a relaxed shape isn't either. If a slim trouser or a fuller skirt is comfortable and moves well, it works beautifully. What you're avoiding is unwanted pulling, riding up, or restriction. The thing you want is fabric that follows you and then settles. It skims and falls clean, rather than gripping or swallowing you. Picture the same woman in a stiff skirt that grips her thigh and rides up as she walks, then in a softly straight or A-line skirt that moves with her and settles back into place. Same hips. Far more ease. So today, try A-line skirts, straight or wide-leg trousers, a gentle boot cut, and judge the garment on your body, not by the fabric name. A ponte can cling, a crepe varies, a thin jersey can drape beautifully in the right cut. So the real test is what it does on you. And that test is movement. Sit down, stand up, take a few steps. Does it pull hard? Does it ride up? Does it fall back where it should on its own? Or are you tugging at it? For women our age especially, that's the difference between a piece you fight all day and one you forget you're wearing. And if you've ever been told the whole answer is just to cover up and hide, a quick if you'd rather dress the body you actually have, it helps another woman find this too. Because even a skirt that moves perfectly can be undone by one small detail, exactly where the top ends. Tip 3. Notice where your tops and jackets end. This is one of the highest impact decisions in the whole video, and the easiest to test. Every hem is a line drawn across your body, and when a top or jacket ends right at the fullest part of your hip or thigh, that line concentrates attention right there. The well-meaning longer top to cover more very often ends at exactly that point. The principle isn't a strict rule, because the right hem depends on the top, the trouser rise, your height and torso, the fabric, and what you simply prefer. It's this. If a hem lands at the fullest point and the outfit feels unresolved to you, test it slightly higher, at the narrower part above the hip, or a little lower, past the fullest part, and see which you like. Picture the same woman in the same jacket at 2 lengths. Ending at the fullest part of the hip, the line sits there. Taken up to the high hip, or chosen long enough to fall just below the curve, the line lands somewhere else and the outfit feels more resolved. And those aren't the only options. A curved or slightly longer at the side hem, a side slit, a front half tuck, an open jacket, or a longer cardigan falling into one clean vertical column all change where that line falls. So today, hold each top and jacket up and simply notice where the hem lands. If it feels off, a tuck, or a quick hem at the tailor fixes most of them. That nagging, "something's not right and I can't name it," feeling often comes down to a hemline you can now place on purpose. If you can already see, this is far less about your body and far more about where lines fall and how pieces go together. That's exactly what the Effortless Elegance Guide is for. It turns these proportion ideas into ready-made outfit formulas, and it's linked in the pinned comment. Now the fourth decision, and it's the advice women hear most often. Make the bottom disappear. Tip 4. Use color to place the focus, not to disappear. You've heard it forever. Wear dark on the bottom so it disappears. Dark bottoms can absolutely be useful. And if you love black, wear it. But it's an option, not an obligation. And quietly, what dark on the bottom is really doing is moving the focus elsewhere, which is worth understanding, so you can do it on purpose. Color is a tool for choosing where the focus of an outfit sits. The simplest version, keep a color you love near your face, where it lifts your expression, and let the bottom sit in a quieter tone so the top leads. And if you'd rather your bottom half be the focal point, a color you adore, a print you love, wear it there. More contrast or brightness below simply makes the lower half the star, which is a perfectly good choice. Picture the same woman with an interesting top and soft mid-tone trousers, then the same colors swapped, the bright tone only on the bottom with a plain top. Same colors, different focal point. So today, keep the colors that make you feel lively and comfortable near your face, and let your bottoms be a tone that's quieter, but still genuinely you. Navy, deep olive, soft charcoal, warm taupe, not only black. And tonal dressing, closely related shades top to bottom, creates one continuous color story that tends to feel calm and easy to wear. You get to choose where the eye goes, and you get to keep color. But there's one more tool, and it's entirely optional. Powerful when it suits your body and your comfort. Easy to skip when it doesn't. Tip 5. Create structure where you want it. The fifth decision is about giving an outfit some structure, and it's a choice, not a requirement. The old instruction is to always define your waist, but not everyone has or wants to feature a defined waist. And with fuller hips and thighs, your middle might be fuller, your torso shorter or longer, your waist higher or lower than the rule assumes, and that's all completely normal, especially as our bodies change. So here's the honest version. Structure is one way to keep an outfit from reading as a single straight column, and you get to decide whether to use it and where. Picture the same woman in the same dress worn loose and straight, then with a soft tie at the middle. The outfit gains a defined line, and she looks intentional and entirely herself, with nothing squeezed. If marking the middle appeals to you, your options go well beyond a belt, a soft fabric tie, a wrap, a front half tuck, a shaped seam, a jacket that comes in slightly. Find the point where it feels most comfortable and intentional, usually somewhere between your lower ribs and upper hip, and often higher than you'd think. And if a defined middle doesn't appeal, or a belt is uncomfortable, skip it entirely and use a long open layer, a cardigan or vest, to create a vertical line instead. Either way, you're choosing the structure on the body you have. And once you have these 5 tools, there's one last step that tells you which one any outfit actually needs. Tip 6. The 30-second mirror check. Here it is, the one I promised. A quick check you can run on any outfit before you walk out. And it isn't about scrutinizing your hips up close. That's the opposite of what helps. Instead, step back far enough to see the whole outfit as one complete picture, and ask yourself 3 calm questions. 1. Does anything pull, ride up, or need constant adjusting? If so, that's a fit or fabric fix, not a you problem. 2. Is there a line, a hem, an edge, landing somewhere that bothers you? If it does, you now know how to move it. 3. Is the focal point where you want it today? Some days you'll want the eye up at your face. Some days you'll happily feature a colorful trouser or a beautiful shoe. And both are right. Picture the same woman in the same outfit. Add a scarf at the neck and look again. The focus lifts toward her face. Or add a soft tie at the middle and look again. The outfit gains a line. Change one thing at a time so you can see what each does. That's the whole check. So today, run it once on an outfit you own and never quite feel right in. More often than not, the fix isn't covering the bottom. It's adding one intentional thing or moving one line. There's real calm in having 3 clear questions instead of a vague worry you can never quite name. So here's the heart of it. Dressing fuller hips and thighs was never about making any part of you smaller or hiding it away. It's about clothes that fit, move, and place the focus where you want it, so the outfit works as a whole. Elegance after 60 isn't about disguising the body you have. It's about knowing it, dressing it with a little intention, and feeling comfortable and like yourself. Your hips were never the problem to solve. They're simply part of your shape, and the clothes should work with them, not argue with them. So tell me one thing in the comments. Of these 6 decisions, presence up top, how the lower half moves, where your hems land, where color places the focus, optional structure, or the mirror check, which one would most improve the outfit you reach for most often? I read every comment, and I answer. If this gave you a kinder, more useful way to dress the shape you actually have, subscribe. I share one of these every week. And since so much of this comes down to what's near your face, the very next thing that decides what's noticed there is the color closest to it. That's the video on screen now. 3 colors that make gray hair look expensive. Take care of yourself, with intention, and I'll see you very soon.